saved, I'm not going to let that in. That's the first thing you have to do. So whatever that means, if that means putting heavy-duty filters on your computer. One thing I say to parents all the time about computers: no child should ever have a computer in his or her room by themselves. Just don't. Not because you can't trust your children, but because it's one more level of filter when it's in a public place. If the computer is in a place where everybody else can potentially see it, then that's one more level of filter. The same would be true of television. The same would be true of magazines or books or radio. In other words, the things that get to us through the front door, Paul says guard it. Number 2, notice the storage area. That is, the things that you do store up in your life. Okay? Let's analyze it. Starting in verse 5. Put to death your members which are on the earth. In other words, there are some things that get through the front door and they store up in our lives, and he says, put them to death. Stop it. Get out of it. Get away from it. And he lists things: fornication, uncleanness, passion, evil desires, covetousness, which is idolatry. Because of these things, the wrath of God is coming on the sons of obedience. In these you once walked. You know, if things get through the front door, and they will, and you have a storage area, and we do, then now it's time to go into that storage area and filter out some things. I wonder, are you a pack rat? Every time I go in my attic, I am reminded, you, son, are a pack rat. And my wife is right, and we're going to do it. She says, one day, you're going to back your truck into the carport where the outside stairs come down to the attic. And we're going to go up in the attic, and we're just going to throw things from the attic to the truck to the dump, or to Goodwill, or I'll give it to you if you want it. Because maybe you're a packer. You would like to have it for a while. Fine with me. See, that's what happens. We have to clean it out every now and then. The storage area gets cluttered and gets messed up. So he says, clean it out. Starting in verse 15. And let the peace of God rule in your hearts. And let the word of Christ dwell in you richly. See, to keep your heart, you guard the front door. Then you look in the storage compartment and you get out the stuff that shouldn't be there, that's been packed up over the years, and you put in the stuff that needs to be there. I sure do hate this. Always have to look and see if it works. Third, now you monitor the output, the back door, the exits. But now put off all these things. Okay? You guard the front door. You've thrown some things out of storage. Now, make sure that you don't let exit when they continue to build up. Anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy language. Don't lie. You put off those things. Don't do it. And you've put on the new man. See, now we've done We've got a good lock on the front door. We're working on that. We've tried to clean out the storage area, and we put some good stuff in. Oh, but you know, we're not real good at cleaning out everything because we're just human. And so then we have to keep a lock because sometimes things are going to sneak out. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Oh, I'm sorry I saw that. I am sorry I did that. It may not be something that we intentionally kept there, but maybe a weakness that we really can't get out. I am convinced, maybe it's because I live with me every day, that there are people, most of us, and probably all of us, have at least one struggle in life that we fight all the time. I think it's because we're human. I'm not saying that we can't rid ourselves of it, but I am saying this. There are things, maybe one or two, that you really fight versus things that don't take a lot of fighting. Just let your guard down a little, but usually you hit it pretty well. But it seems to me that everybody has something they really have to struggle with and really fight. And you may fight with it for your lifetime. Do you ever find yourself saying to yourself, God is probably getting tired of hearing my prayer about this same old thing? Keep praying. Keep struggling. Because there are things we're going to fight with. And we keep monitoring those things that come out. Therefore, verse 13, bear with one another. Forgive one another. Because there are things that are going to get out that we don't intend. As we're checking our hearts, realize that we're also allowing others to check their hearts. And give them the benefit of the doubt. They're trying to work on their hearts. Therefore, let's be long-suffering with them because I have to be with me. Let's forgive them because I want people to forgive me. And then verse 17. Have the attitude in mind that whatever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Jesus. You see, that's what we understand about keeping your heart. But then he said, the wise man, in and not getting this, there we go. Keep your heart with all diligence. Literally, that says, guard your heart with all guarding. We have on the door of our house, we have a lock in the middle of the door handle, right? And we have chain here. And if I'm really guarding my house as I should, then maybe I should do this and this. That's guarding with all guarding. I mean, I've even thought about putting, because of some situations that came up not too long ago, my wife suggested we might want to get a security system. Never had anybody break in the house or even try. Although I thought we did one time. Years ago, children were much younger. My wife said, I'm meeting my sister in Gatlinburg for the weekend. Kids are going. I said, fine. Inside, I was so rejoicing. Because, see, I was going to be home. I had the ball game on TV to myself. I could eat whatever I wanted. Not be bothered by anybody. I was ready. And I'm watching that ball game, having a great time. Got having a good old time. And I hear something banging. That's all right. So I walked down the hall, stepped where the refrigerator was, through the door, and looked around the refrigerator. And somebody was beating on my windows. And I went back to the other room and got the telephone to be ready if I needed to call 911. Walked back down the hall, looked around the corner. Now the doorknob is turning, and it's shaking. This time I ran to the room. I dialed 911. It's somebody down here now. Somebody's trying to break in my house. Where are they? And I went back down. I looked around. Now they've opened the door, but I had put the chain on. And a hand has come in the door, up toward the chain. I said, ma'am, his hand is in the door, trying to get the chain off. Get somebody here now. She said, I've been trying. We got him on the way. Just hang on. Then I hear this. Dad, let us in. Yeah, we didn't want to stay in Gatlinburg. The policewoman said, tell your family we just about got them killed. Because the policeman was coming down the road. I was guarding my house with all guarding. That's what he was saying. And in guarding with all guarding, he tells us this. Look at 1 Thessalonians. Turn to 1 Thessalonians. There are two. Sorry, get it twice. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Therefore, let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch, be sober. For those who sleep, sleep at night. Those who get drunk are drunk at night. Let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate, there it is, of faith and love, and as a helmet, the hope of salvation. Be alert to the external things. Once you've done your job, keeping your heart secure, the front door, the storage, and the back door, go one step further. Got the house secured. Now what's outside the house? What's going on out there? Be alert. Be awake. Be sober. Because just like what I thought was a robber coming in my house, just because we've done our due diligence on one end, there is still trouble out there that's going to try to get in at every opportunity. Stay awake. Stay alert about the externals. Then go back to Ephesians 5. Now he says, be aware of the internals. The internal struggles that might still do damage to the house, the heart, that you have protected. Notice, one time you were in darkness, verse 8. You're supposed to find out what's acceptable to the Lord, verse 10. Don't have fellowship with unfruitful works of darkness. It's a shame even to speak of them. The idea is, what do you think? What are your thoughts? You want to be involved with